Donald Trump takes dig at U.S. Vice President. Republican nominee asks, is Harris black or Indian? Trump questions Kamala Harris's black identity. Vice President hits back. Harris slams Trump's statement, says Americans deserve better. Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump sparked another controversy. Former U.S. President questioned Vice President Harris's racial identity at the National Association of Black Journalists in Chicago. While answering a question, Trump claimed that Harris had earlier downplayed her black heritage and only promoted Indian heritage.
I think it's maybe a little bit different. So I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much, and she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
Hitting back at Donald Trump's statement, Vice President Harris said that the American people deserved better. During her rally, Harris emphasized that the U.S. faced a critical choice between two contrasting visions and accused Trump and his campaign of attempting to push the nation backwards.
Donald Trump spoke at the annual meeting of the National Association of Black Journalists. And it was the same old show. The divisiveness and the disrespect. And let me just say, the American people deserve better.
Since launching her presidential campaign on July 21st, the vice president has faced several sexist and racist attacks online, with far-right accounts questioning her racial identity. Former President Trump earlier told his supporters that he is not going to be nice to Harris. This despite Republican Party leaders urging its members to refrain from personal attacks on Harris and instead focus on her policy stance. Trump's appearance at the National Association of Black Journalists was part of an effort to woo black voters. Black voters, who have been traditionally the most loyal Democratic voting bloc, had played a big role in the victory of President Biden in the 2020 elections. According to Pew Research, 92% of black voters backed Biden, and only 8% backed Trump during the 2020 presidential polls. Meanwhile, Vice President Kamala Harris has erased former President Donald Trump's lead. According to newly released pre-poll surveys, Harris has closed the gap with Trump both nationwide and in key battleground states since becoming the de facto Democratic nominee, following President Joe Biden's exit from the 2024 presidential race. According to a Bloomberg News/Morning Consult poll, Harris is ahead of Trump in 4 key battleground states, while the former president is ahead in 2. On the other hand, a survey by Reuters Ipsos poll shows that Vice President is leading by 1 point against rival Trump.